All right, folks, welcome back to a Football Friday edition of Middays with Q right here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Don't forget that the Eagles host the Washington Redskins on Monday night. Of course, you can catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN FM. It is a tough divisional matchup. Washington Redskins looking to get revenge for a opening season loss. And with that, we'll welcome in their starting running back, Chris Thompson, having a very good start to the NFL season. He's kind enough to join us for a couple moments. How you been, Chris?
I've been doing good. How about you?
We've been doing good, and I appreciate a couple moments. And, you know, you look at the last several years, your role with this team has really started to increase, and we're seeing it already this season. I mean, there was a lot of talk of if Chris Thompson's going to be one of the primary ball carriers, or if he's going to be a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield, you know, pick up the blocks, pick up these blitzes. And you've kind of been doing a little bit of everything this year. Are you surprised that your role has increased as much as it is?
No, not at all. I think just with Coach Gruden and the conversations I've had with him over the years, it was more so of me continuing to get better and staying healthy. And then I knew those opportunities would come. And this year has been my best year since I've been in the league. And it's just about getting the opportunities and just trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, and the one thing I noticed, too, is even when you look at the first game of the season against the Eagles, you really didn't have a lot of touches, a lot of activity. But then all of a sudden, you started to get a little more into the flow of the Redskins offense. The win against the Rams and then the nice win against the Raiders where, you know, you had a great game, all-purpose yards, you had a $150 catching. And then if you don't do it that way, the next week you come back and you run the football and you pick up 30, 40-something odd yards. Then the following week, you do it again, 33 yards rushing against San Francisco, 105 yards receiving. Are you starting to? It seems as though you're becoming Cousins' kind of safety valve. Where if he needs to look off the receivers and just dump it off a little bit, a wheel route or a screen pass, you always seem to be in the right place at the right time. Are you guys developing a nice rapport?
Yeah, one of the biggest things for me has always been trust and being in a situation where I know Kirk trusts me, and if me being that outlet sometimes, or maybe even the first read in his progression, I want him to trust that I'll always catch his passes and get the job done. And then for me, I just always tell myself I want to be that spark. So whether it's 6 touches or 15 in a game, I want to make a big play, be a difference maker. So that's pretty much been my focus every single game, and so far it's been working out for me. And 2 games we've lost, I felt like I just didn't do enough to help us, so I just got to continue to get better and fix my mistakes.
It's funny because you look at the offense, you guys lose Pierre, you lose Deshaun, but you have other guys step up. You have good tight end play. You got young receivers. You got Pryor, you bring in as a vet. You got yourself. And it always seems every Monday, everyone's always talking about the play, the quarterback, and week in and week out, he just plays consistent football. I mean, it's just amazing. It seems as though Kirk Cousins doesn't get a lot of credit for the success of the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, Kirk has gotten better every single year, and this is his 3rd year in this system now, and 4th year. I can't remember, 3rd or 4th year in this system now, and he's very comfortable in it, and he understands what the coaches demand of him, and I mean he's been getting the job done. And then for us as receivers, as running backs, we have a young group. We have a lot of guys that just out there just trying to prove themselves and continue to get better. And we've been able to make plays for Kirk, and he's been getting us the ball, putting the ball in all the right positions for us, and he's going to continue to have success. So for us, the guys around him, we just got to continue to be good for him.
And again, you guys, Washington will play Philly on Monday night. Again, it's a road trek for you guys. We do a weekly spot with one of their linebackers, Nigel Bradham, and you guys are both Florida State guys. And I asked him, this Chris Thompson is starting to turn into an X factor. You're going to have to watch him a little bit on Monday night. And he kind of chuckled. He's like, I know, Chris.
Yeah, man.
He's been playing well.
Yeah, and I'm glad for him. I mean, it goes all the way back to high school. I played against him in high school, so I know all about Nigel when he was playing running back. So, running back and linebacker.
Right.
So, and being at Florida State with him, he's just one of those those guys that you like to be around. He brings a lot of energy, and he's been doing really good in his career. He's been in for a while now, and it's all coming together. He's been playing lights out. So I'm happy for him. And then, with us, we're excited about going against each other and just competing.
Listen, that's a huge game Monday night, because if you guys lose, it gives the Eagles a little faster track to the NFCs. I mean, it's almost as though I got the sense from Nigel that's a playoff game. I'm sure you guys are looking at it as a playoff game atmosphere as well, because you got to go into Philadelphia, which, listen, that's always a tough place to play in, right? I mean, that stadium, those fans, that's hostile environment, that's a good test for Washington.
Yeah, it's always fun going over to Philly and playing there. And it's the next game, so for us, it's the biggest game of our season. So we're going in there. I mean, obviously, we want to win the game, and we know the Eagles, they've been playing great so far. One-loss team, probably considered the best team in the league right now, the hottest team in the league right now. So we just got to go in there and put our best foot forward and hopefully come out with the win.
Now, be honest with me. I read, though, that you're not giving any tickets away to the family in this one. You don't want them to make the trek to Philly? It's not that bad. It's not that bad up there.
Personally, I haven't had fans, talking a whole lot of noise to me.
Everyone's friendly in Philly, Chris.
maybe they are, but for me, like I just spoke about the one situation.
I know.
And, and then
it gets blown out of proportion.
Off word of mouth, don't want to put my family in any bad situation, which their fans, may not be as bad as people have said, but that's just my personal preference.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's a tough road test for you guys. At the end of the day, it's a Monday Night Football, the spotlight. You guys are coming in. It's a divisional matchup. You know this, right? Over the last several years, these games are always goofy and wild. They're competitively played. And listen, I think it's a good test for you, and it's a good test for the Philadelphia Eagles to see where they are. To be honest with you, it's a key divisional game.
Yes, it definitely is. I mean, it's always a battle when we go up against each other. So, once again, like I said before, they're one of the top teams right now. And I know it's a night game, so I know it's going to be packed out, and it'll be fun.
Well, it'll be Monday night, and you can catch it right here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Hey, great start to the season for yourself as well. Finally got you on. We appreciate it. Look forward to it, and continued success this season, pal.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, you got it. Be well. Chris Thompson joining us for a couple moments.